Hello everybody, my name is Ragi Dion, and welcome to The Letter. You want me to call you by your YouTube username?
It's whichever, I don't care.
Okay. I'm here with my friend, Caitlin, and we're going to be playing. So let's start a new game, because I've never seen anything for this game. You didn't tell me there was a jump scare at 2 seconds.
That'd be ruining it.
The Ermengarde Mansion. Built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxembourg, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Okay. Both were all known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small sleeping village grew to a prosperous.
Can you read?
I don't know. Sorry. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches. Wow. I need to go.
Can you read today?
I might be drunk. Were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion. Why is there little dots? The mansion has stood since the 1620s. That's a long time. It witness to a very long history of joy and
Now, before
pain.
you go forward, I want to ask, where do you think this takes place in? Like what country?
I mean, the names sound English, but like Charlotte sounds. But I don't know.
It's in Great Britain. I will go ahead and tell you that.
Okay, so I'm on the right track. All right. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited, and that is when it began. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the nights, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hallowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend and its curse, still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Breyer Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside wait to be discovered by brave souls. Am I a brave soul? No matter what, I don't know. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck. Who is narrating this? Like the dots and.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Oh.
Just click. Hello.
Oh, shit.
You.
I missed it. Sorry. Can I go back? Where's the log? There it is. Backlog.
I think you can play the voice clip there.
Hello?
There we go.
Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
Yeah, be very...
Okay. I thought I was supposed to click, like, the answer button there.
No, it's just a click anywhere.
Hey, Rose. I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter? What do you mean, what's the matter? It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you?
I mean...
You chickened out.
How dare you?
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this.
No, you don't.
A haunted place?
No, you don't.
An abandoned haunted place? You want to live there?
No, you don't.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
That's what I was saying.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do
Are you sure
anything.
about that? Fatal Frame says otherwise. I just played that game.
You don't
I
know
died
that.
so many
They might be
times.
listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
She hella did.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right.
That's true.
You know,
Always
not
be
every
safe.
property we sell will end up with a dead body
The
stuffed in a
announcement of
sofa.
the day.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
That was one time, Isabella. Listen
One
up.
time.
Now, would you want to keep working at your
Just
job if you
get here
found
ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my
a
own.
dead body in the couch? Would you want to keep going with that job?
No, I think I'd be good. I think I'm good. Dead bodies are usually where I draw the line.
Fine, fine.
I'm good,
Let me
thanks.
just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Evidently not for her.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Who was that? Oh, that? It's just Rose.
The one who trained you.
Oh, they got voice flaps. Ooh.
Yeah.
You're working together again? Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Anselm Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Hold on. Is this the same mansion you've been telling everyone about?
Yeah, they kind of redubbed some dialogue lines, so it doesn't
Yeah, I see
exactly
that.
match.
I was like, that's not the
Saying how it
same.
just gave you the creeps? You actually went there, and you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
I don't know if you have to go to a haunted mansion, though. But whatever.
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character.
You don't know me?
I
do
mean,
you
no
know about
offense,
me?
but you've been freaking out ever since you got assigned.
What is she,
to it.
childhood friend or something?
Not with her, but they are
I
neighbors.
honestly
Oh,
thought
okay,
you'd back
that's
out.
fair.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right
Couldn't
now.
we all?
And this is just the fastest way to get it.
We could all use some
Plus,
extra
listen
now.
to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus.
Yeah, because it's haunted and no one wants to live there.
They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier.
I mean,
Yeah, but is it
Desperate,
worth your
I'm
life?
desperate. It's perfect.
she doesn't know that yet.
You know,
She knows it's
if
haunted.
you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me. Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
Becca.
I guess she's rich.
I've noticed that you've been living
Well.
off instant noodles these past few weeks.
Her parents are.
Yeah.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you.
All cheap things are not good for you.
Definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
You're not my mom! Does it matter what I say?
Well, I will go ahead and tell you, depending on like what you pick, there is a relationship meter between characters, which
Okay.
you can notice that. Check it from like the heart down here,
Oh.
and depending,
Oh!
and
Okay.
these are everybody that you will
Alright, so
get to play as.
I'm mostly have a good relationship with her.
Yeah, but now depending on what you pick, and it will tell you if your
Yeah,
relationship
so this
goes up or
is
down.
who I am right now, and then...
And you can play as everybody that is on that list.
Wow. At some point or another.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. Alright, sick.
But you can't look at any of the relationship stuff right now until you get through this one.
Okay. Cool.
So it's either play how you think you're gonna do it, or play as the character.
I feel like this is the nice version, so I'm gonna go with that.
Hey!
But in
I
my
eat other
head,
things
I'm
too.
like, you're not my mom! Does that, did that increase?
It went up.
increased. Sick. That was the nice answer. I tend to pick the nice answers, because that's usually, like, the good ending answers, but...
That's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last
Yep,
week.
we're definitely in English territory.
Yep.
The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet? I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans, peas, tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
Hamburgers are good.
I don't know about the hamburgers.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago? Oh, I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things
hope so
before
too.
eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year. In any case, those are still not exactly healthier choices, Belle. What am I going to do with you?
I don't know. Give me some more ramen? I don't know.
She ain't gonna do that. She's the
I
mom
hope you
friend.
know that it's
The mom
impossible
friend.
not to worry about you when you're like
She does
this.
have the mom vibe.
You don't have to keep eating the same thing. Didn't I tell you before?
Also, the background's like
You're
moving in the
always
background.
free
That's
to
nice.
reheat my left
It's subtle.
nut.
It's subtle, but
Well,
it's there.
Also, speaking of the background, did you notice a career day poster up in the corner?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna look, say something about that.
Well, that, and then cleaners, Jablo is one of them.
Yahoo now?
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
Ever. That's true.
I mean, I'm about the same. I'm like, I'd rather not.
I'd rather not risk, a loan. Tom Nook has taught me this. I don't want any more loans.
Well, that and depending on who borrows from me, if I'm nice enough to, I will keep a tab.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute. We can catch up later.
Was she
Good
a
luck
teacher?
with your clients. You
Cool.
better treat us to lunch or
Why do
something
you think you're
if
in
you
the
get
middle
that
of a
sale.
classroom?
I was wondering that. I said she works for a realtor agency, so it's like, obviously she's not a student.
You bet.
Oh,
Trial expired. Oh, that's not good.
she got cold.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Yeah,
Seriously,
you can get that
you big
kid
baby.
sick.
I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you.
This is
I'll call you
pre-virus,
if I still feel
so-
bad. And you can come pick
not-
me up
Well, I
if it
mean,
makes
they're not
you feel
as
any
worried.
better.
Like, either way, though, like, if you're sick, you shouldn't come to work, really.
I mean, how often did you call off just for a simple head cold?
It depends on how serious it is, I guess.
Alright, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
She should have said mem, not mom. I don't know, sometimes I
Either
get,
way.
Well, I don't know, sometimes I get the accents and then sometimes that they don't.
Undiscovered journal entry.
That will help keep track of the story and everything, and then,
That's a lot of names. Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos.
well, she gets Filipino.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they had that many
Yeah.
names. That's cool.
Well, it's just like Spanish. They generally have a lot of names.
That's fair. Like cinnamon rolls? Who doesn't like cinnamon rolls? I mean, what kind of...
Procedural
Horrible human
dramas
being.
and teleseries, comedies, and karaoke.
Yeah, they spelled that wrong, but that's okay.
They spell everything
She's
different
the
over
third child among 7. That's a lot.
there. Daughter of a laundry woman and a...
Jeepney driver?
I don't know what GE
I don't know what that is either.
Went to a public school and was an average student, but took to art easily. Eventually pursued a degree in fine arts, encouraged by her father. However, when the man was diagnosed with terminal illness, she had to stop studying to make money. It was Isabella's aunt who helped her get to work overseas in order to earn more money than any local job could get her. Rose Cooper became her mentor as soon as she started at BRC. It's been 5 years since she met her neighbor Rebecca. She met Ashton during an unfortunate incident involving her first sale at Devlin Court, and later Zachary through him.
Interesting. Undiscovered.
You have not met any of them yet, story-wise.
Okay. I've met her.
Yeah, but you haven't played as her yet. That's when you unlock her.
I got you. Okay.
Each,
Yeah, I'm like completely stupid because I've never played this game before.
Well, each
So-
character is a chapter. If that kind of makes it a little.
So every time you
easier.
change
You change characters, you change
characters,
chapters.
you change chapters. Okay. That's good to know.
So we'll go through up to a certain point with her, and then we'll switch over to the next character, and then so on and so forth.
Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to be reading this or not.
I don't know.
We get a
Well-
glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination.
I don't know why I changed that now. I haven't read any of it up to
Might
this
as well
point.
get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked over them last night, but you never know when things may go wrong.
In
Life
ways-
has ways of messing up things like that.
in ways that are not on paper.
Halfway through reading through papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, nearly tucking it between my ear and
Easily.
shoulder. Oh, nearly. It's probably just
I was like,
Rose
yeah,
again.
it's-
Anyway. That doesn't look like Rose.
That ain't
Guess
on
again.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
Jacobean? I've never heard that phrase before.
I've heard of Jacobean, but I've never heard it pronounced Jacobean. I've always
That's a
heard,
great pronunciation.
I just heard Jacobean, not
Yeah,
not,
that's what I've heard too.
not
On your
Jacobean.
own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I'm not
I see.
joking.
Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Stupid asshole.
Yeah.
It's great. Ooh, journal updated. I keep like,
Yeah, so right now it's the 21st.
oh, so there's nothing here, but there is here. Okay. Gotcha. Why are those even here then? Help. That's good.
Because
Lots of
for
help.
another character it starts earlier and then it jumps to.
Oh.
This is
Okay.
that ties
okay, okay.
everything together.
Okay. Surrounding area is unusually silent, and only the rustling of leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze
Yeah,
passes.
that's heard like in a plastic bag being
Yeah.
shook.
Of course it is.
I mean, it just sounds like
Of
somebody
course
walking
it
around the
is.
front yard with like just a bag full of leaves and just randomly shaking it.
Yeah, everybody keeps their distance on purpose, perhaps out of fear of the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow it makes me feel sad. Not scared, sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it
I'll
has
never
any right
noticed
to
before,
be.
but actually like looking at it with the sun out, it just well the sun's kind of gone away now, but like it just like casts like this holy light over it, and it's like I don't know whether to like take it seriously or not.
I don't trust it. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at
You
night.
planning to go inside that place, Missy?
Well, without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. Why is he humming? Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out, probably hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said
Is
yet.
there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace. And I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in their house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut.
Well, bye. Have fun in the murder house.
Bye! I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. He's like, I'm a dip right now. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. It's not completely out of the question.
Well, I mean, that was our only ride there, and he's dipped.
Should call another one. Not like I have a choice anyway. If I want to get that bonus of commission, one way or another, I've got to sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it, however, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Rose must have left it open when she arrived. That's weird. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Entering what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook, cranny, and crevice, and made it spick and span. all for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever, as though it's going to eat you alive.
It's not Monster House.
It's not Monster House.
It might as well be, but
it's not. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what other people have been telling them to leave this place alone. Some things in this world are better off left alone, never to be disturbed again. It's true.
Rose?
That is true.
Rose,
Like Silent
I'm
Hill.
here. Where are you?
My voice echoes softly through the hallways. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'll hear me no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property, for all I know. Quickly, I reach into my phone and dial her number.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
Thank you, operator. What do you mean has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? Right? Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited her away, right?
But that
right?
wouldn't affect the cell phone. Like that's just the number has not been recognized. Like if you got spirited away, your phone would still work.
No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I dial her another. Yeah, but why would it say has not been recognized? I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
Dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
Like it would just say it is not valid or is not in service.
Right, but to no avail.
Ooh,
boy. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose?
I feel like that's a good first title.
Oh
boy.
Oh boy.
Come on, Rose. This isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps.
I give them props for the echoing effect. That's pretty cool. No answer.
Gotta get that ambiance.
Yeah, this isn't going to work. This place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. Take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Taking a couple of steps forward, I notice something move above the grand staircase.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you? Not funny. I'm leaving you if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh? Fine. I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright.
Then stay at the front door.
Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord. Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
She doesn't respond. There's also heavy static coming from her side. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down. Attic? Are you saying...
What?
I don't like that.
The attic? Why?
Crap. It got cut off. Man, do I really need to go there? With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's probably barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Of all the places, she just has to go make me fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. I feel like the basement's always creepier, though. If it has a basement. Does it have a basement?
It's got a wine cellar.
That's a basement. That's pretty much a basement. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. I carefully make my way up the staircase. I don't think you'll ever feel good about being here. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. I mean, you could have gone into art. Ooh.
Even got birds
I
flying.
like the curtains
curtains
moving.
flapping.
That's pretty cool.
Seeing the dust in the light.
It branches out to the two major
dude
wings
with
of
the
the
bag
mansion.
leaves outside.
The bag. The east and west wing. There are two attics here, one on each side. Why do you have two attics?
The house is too damn big.
Oh my god! But the east one has been converted to a storage room of sorts, and somehow I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room.
Oh, you mean the one that's slightly ajar? That's like not the same color as the rest of the
Yeah,
doors.
That's the good one. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. And so, unlike the grand staircases, though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime.
Yeah, but the cleaners didn't do a very good job if they didn't clean the attic.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old this place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. Why they didn't bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Sheesh, they did it with the rest of the house.
Or maybe it was never there to begin with.
The small bedroom welcomes me at the end. Looks exactly as it did since the last time I've been here. Oh, I've been here, full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. Odd, I thought they cleaned everything? Did the crew miss this room? Cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Did I mishear her? Why is there a room in the attic?
I mean, when you think about back when it was built, it could have been like a servant quarters.
That's true. Yeah. Because they wouldn't have wanted them on their regular, bedroom floors and stuff.
No, but you think they'd have gone down, not up.
But I mean, all they have is like a wine cellar down, right?
That's all I'm telling you.
I mean, okay. Okay. I mean, if there's something else down, then maybe they could have done up there.
What?
After all, the creepy ambiance of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. And I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Shut up, brain. You are not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? What the hell was that? Hopefully not that. Hopefully not near that. That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea right from the very start, but nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I've always strived to be a model employee, but not this time. No. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Good job. Briar Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house.
Fuck Briar Realty.
For real. Before leaving, I take one last look at the groomy old room. Just to check.
What's this?
To check what? There's a chest, a bed, and a chair.
My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room, but there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like...
The titular letter?
The letter?
A letter right now.
Lying on the ground just a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Ooh. She moves.
She does
That's
move.
a very slow lift. Strange. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. I had been the last to look inside the attic and leave, and this certainly hadn't been here before. Someone must have left it in this room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her, though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. Paper is so thin and rough, I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. But with great care, I open it, and what I read shakes me to my core. Help me!
What?
Pass it on, that's my
Oh my
achievement.
god.
Help me, 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 help me.
Please! Nothing but the words help me fills the page, all of it seemingly written with a crimson-shaped pen.
Or blood.
Or blood. I gulp. Looks more like blood to me. The same phrase just goes on until... Send this to 5 people, or else.
Send this to 5 people or else.
Or else,
Or else what? Or else what?
Losing I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight that greets me next has me frozen on the spot. Oh! Oh, good. Oh, good. A pair of blood-soaked feet. There's more than just blood-soaked feet. That's like tendons and shit. Covered in gaping wounds with skin eating away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror.
Do you
Oh,
want to
boy.
be brave?
Oh boy!
We're not safe scumming. We are not safe scumming.
I'm just gonna save anyway. Oh boy. We're not loading, and going back and picking the other choice?
No.
Okay.
No. We are not doing that. We are picking
One choice and staying with it?
Yes, we are sticking with it.
Oh boy.
Now I know both, and I'm gonna let you pick.
That's good. That's good.
One's more fun than the other, though. I'll say that.
I don't know which is better, because both probably suck.
How quick do you want to test how quick you can die in this game?
I would feel like look up would be the die, but
Anything you close your eyes and pray wouldn't be one, do like you're just sitting there like it's a chicken
a chicken? It's just a chicken. It'll be fine.
ready for slaughter to get its head chopped off.
They're both bad. They're both bad.
Don't be a pussy.
You want me to look up?
Look
That's
up.
okay.
Look up.
Okay. Whatever these feet belong to, I need to face it. And if I'm going to die, if they're going to kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. That's fair. A cold comfort. So with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upward. Oh shit. That's good. I'm glad I have the grudge. I'm glad we got the grudge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
Get those fingers ready.
Oh shit.
I'm not,
Which button is it?
I'm not telling you which button yet. But she is terrifying.
Walked in with that thing. Slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth.
Z.
Z.
You need to spam it.
Oh my god, I'm hitting it!
You need to spam it.
Oh my god!
Can't stop, won't stop.
Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. I got a few achievements for that one. My feet pound against the door in rhythm without loud. You're probably like in the recording, we're gonna hear like the laptop like slamming. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight that it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope this side of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me, and my shoe slips, and I find myself falling. So my back hits the ground, and pain wrecks my body. That's
All
good.
the way down those stairs.
Oh, good. She's still here. I'm glad you're still here. You know.
Go away.
Do I have to do it again?
No.
Okay. I was about to get ready.
No.
The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. A buzz breaks the sentence. That don't sound like a buzz.
No, we skipped the opening.
Oh, I did?
You did.
Oh no! Can I go back and watch it? I want to see it.
Get off of that. Go to the backlog.
It just says ...
You might be able to load back.
Is there an autosave?
No, there's
The
not an
last
autosave.
thing I did was here. How do you skip? Because I've already seen all this.
You just go through.
Okay. Oh, feels bad.
No, that's fine.
Don't
Just
worry.
get ready to spam again.
Ah! Then I skip again. I've already seen all this. Okay, I'm not gonna touch anything.
There we go.
Okay, I do like this opening. I remember seeing it. I'm glad they show me.
I just love it so much.
And that's Amelie, right? Is it supposed to be like that? Or is that just my laptop? That's just my laptop.
Might be your computer.
It makes it creepy. My laptop doesn't like this game, apparently.
Can't say I blame it. Still haven't figured out exactly what the necklace says. But Amelie also voices Isabella.
Yeah, I noticed that. He has a great voice. This ain't home, bro.
Not their home.
Definitely not there. Oh, good. So that's who the silhouette is of. Oh, boy.
There we go.
Okay, that's good. Timeline.
October 21st.
Okay.
Got that? Help me, help me, help me.
Help me, help me, help me. That's good. I'm gonna save now that we've done that. That's good. Okay! My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away at what is nudging persistently at my side. You may not want to swat at that.
Yeah, like that. Wait.
Can I just get a few more extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up.
No, you won't.
A hand lightly taps my cheek and something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling. I don't know. Is that Rose? The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. No. It is her. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her.
She must be important if she was in the opening.
Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. Is Rose the green-haired or the black-haired?
Do you not recognize from the caller ID picture?
No.
Last 2 times? Green hair.
I couldn't tell if her hair was, I don't know. She
I don't know,
hands-
with the blue, it makes it look like her hair's like tinted blue.
I
but
thought
it's-
it was like a darker color, or like a blue or a blacker, but
No, it's green.
okay. That's what I was
Even though
thinking.
her name is Rose and she's only got the color of the leaves.
That's good. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed if the light ache in the area indicates anything.
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12 teen? No, that's wrong. Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
This time, I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her. What's with the way she towers over us? And here I thought Rose was already tall.
Like a couple inches.
Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit, an expensive suit at that. Gloves alone must already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eyed them both warily, but recite everything as she had asked. Rose releases a breath of relief once I
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance. Are you alright?
I don't know. The exasperation soon replaces the dull ache. The memory's a little fuzzy, but the attic
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Was that a person? Because
I don't remember.
feel like a person.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute.
I don't think that was the cleaning crews.
No, not any of those. They're, I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady look at me like I've just grown another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on
Don't
further.
like how she smiles. It just looks so...
Creepy?
Yes.
It's her saleswoman smile, the same one she taught me back when I was still her trainee.
Would you buy anything off of a woman that smiled like that to you?
Probably not. Unless she was like, buy it, please.
Be like, no,
Be like,
especially
okay.
a rumored haunted mansion, and you just found one of your coworkers passed out at the bottom of the staircase claiming there was somebody in the attic.
That's good. Oh,
You-
this is all good.
You can't,
Everything's
you can't
good.
recover from that.
I should show this to troublesome clients or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She shakes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and with as much patience she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least the heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you.
I called you like 4
signal
times.
here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really alright? What happened?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump on the head. Yeah, I'm not gonna just,
Extremely minor bump
You
on
know...
the head. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing. Just fell down some stairs.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house. Alone. And in a mansion this big?
Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promise, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase's railings to steady myself, but otherwise, I feel fine.
I'm
It's
A-okay.
fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is wrong.
Just gonna lean
The
a
two
little
of
bit.
them exchange a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. If she says no,
Right, you in.
smile threatens to slip
If
out
I
from
see
me.
that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're
Not
off.
okay.
No
What's
questions asked.
Defines not okay? Because I feel like we're gonna get a lot of not okay in here.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
It's fine.
You shouldn't downplay
Everything's
these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter.
Don't ignore I'm here.
The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in a scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have possibly wished to be like her. At our lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Miss
McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
McCulloch.
I'm gonna call you Mary. Oh boy. McCulloch.
She's Irish.
Interior designer catch my eyes before my partners flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. Suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing?
God, I cannot get over that smile of hers that Rose has. It's just so disturbing.
It's like, you see that at night when you go to sleep, it's like, you don't see the monster, you see Rose's smile.
Maybe Rose is the monster.
Da-da-da-da. Who knows?
I mean, she didn't show up until after, and the last thing that we saw was her standing at the bottom of the staircase.
But she has green hair, not black hair.
Could use the wig. Could be wearing a wig. Well, I wasn't a judge.
After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough. I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough. In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please.
Thanks. There's no need for it though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place.
And glitched out
I
there.
thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah, right? She hired me to handle the interior design for their new home. This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
It is, but
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. I always say before choices, it's a thing of mine. Even if we're not going back. So wait, what's happening? I missed it. What's...
Did you not? You read everything.
I read it, but I didn't understand what she was talking about.
Because Marianne here, the only reason why she's here is because she's under the assumption that somebody named Hannah Wright already bought the mansion, even though this is technically only the first day of open house.
So no one could have bought it.
No.
Like, technically.
And so now she's asking them, or kind of telling them, it's like, I'm here for the new homeowners, but they're like, nobody has bought the house yet.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that somehow. Check with our supervisor? That seems like
that's the professional.
the employee professional way to handle
That's
this.
the professional way to do it.
Yes.
Because you can't be like, I don't know.
Okay. My relationship with Mary Ann increased. Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before.
You know, people thinking that they already bought a house before they actually signed the check.
It's kind of odd. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I've finished.
With a full body nod.
Like my shoulders and everything. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd. Excuse me, I need to call my secretary. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
You're welcome. With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe out a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Lexbourne office and check even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if for some reason something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCall returns, looking a little frustrated but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And, Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Sure, why not? Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a
And
set of
hurry.
keys.
You've still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Okay,
What?
got it.
What?
Errand
No,
girl.
wait, what wristwatch? She's not wearing a watch.
Apparently she is.
Or is she doing that invisible? Let me look at the time.
Let me just... The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Their departure brings with it a stillness that keeps me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse after having heard all those tales about this place? Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ, and if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. That's good. That's good. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I am, wow, I cannot read. I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer close from my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked of me. It's a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money.
Get the fuck out.
Oh boy, that's a lot of blood. Flock and just
And
happy, just a lot of happy music. Only Friday?
Only Friday.
Jeez. A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open. Why does it keep doing that?
Why do you keep clicking out of the game?
I don't know. I'm not sure whether I should be baffled or underdressed standing in their presence. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, compose the medium-sized crowd. Not a large-sized crowd, a medium-sized crowd. Their necks, arms, and fingers are adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their heads. I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby like in the stories. Those birds will have a field day in this. They are murmuring amongst themselves, looking at the estate's facade appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. But most of it stops as Ross rolls calls for their
Rolls. Rose.
They don't look too appeased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner.
I've already given her
Santos.
4 different pronunciations of her name.
Rozzle, Ross,
We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups.
Oh
Please make sure
boy.
you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
We have to
Those
go
who
in
want to look around
groups?
the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Yeah, it's definitely England whenever they call the first floor the ground floor and the second floor the first floor.
That's good. Hearing this, a few wander to me. They are mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs.
Like, I don't want to go
That is a lot of stairs. Wait, what? I missed something. Hang on.
I don't think you did.
Did I not? Yeah, I did. I thought I did.
Miss McCullough also joins our group, which is what we're
Okay.
at now. It just loaded
Okay.
in very quick.
Yeah, it loaded in like I missed something. I was like, what? What really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she
It's so
approaches.
nice to finally meet you.
What is
Chief
this?
Inspector Lee
What is
mentioned that a famous
this?
interior
She's
designer
just so
is in town.
happy.
I knew I
She
had to
just
get
can't
you.
shake the feeling.
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on her way here, darling?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
They must be the clients she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before, some magazine or the television, I can't quite remember. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have.
They're Luxborn's Kardashians. They're everywhere.
For people who are popular enough, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others, and in their simplicity, the couple stands out. The woman in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes.
Well, gee, I wonder why she's got like very big assets.
The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. As I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I think they are brother and sister. It was for their public display of affection. The matching rings on their fingers to cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing, and so I can get out of here.
Doesn't matter if there's an incest couple or whatever. For all I know, because she thought that they were brother and sister without seeing the wedding ring, so like it could be an incest couple for all I know.
I mean, I just hope one of the people in my or Rose's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion, please. And so, with papers in hand, I lead the way.
All right, older ladies, let's go.
All right, grandmas, let's go. Timeline keeps going.
It'll keep expanding and expanding and expanding until we get to November 1st.
What happens on November 1st? Endgame. When they aren't whispering amongst themselves or going ooh and ah over one thing or another, they ask questions. From how the restoration process went to the history of this place, I answer them all, more than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend, or, you know, the possible, like, ghost sighting I saw in
Well,
here.
aren't you supposed to legally mention, like, if there's, like, if the property is reportedly haunted or not?
I don't know. I don't work in realty, but...
You did work in
Maybe.
retail.
I did work in retail. I didn't work in...
But
I
I'm
don't
pretty
work
sure
in
there's gotta be, like, a legality thing. Like, if it's, property is mentioned or even has any rumors of being haunted, I think they're supposed to be open about it. I could be completely faking it. I read that somewhere, but I don't know if it's true or not.
You never know.
I could have pulled
I
that
don't
out of my ass for all I know.
Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxborn knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals. all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty. Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope. Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde.
The stained glass?
The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
Probably the
Isn't
swinging
this place
chandelier.
wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything.
Not if you don't own
Start
the
taking
property.
notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I wouldn't even know, like, what to change. Like, when I walk into a house, I'm like, alright, I'll just go in then. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, please, please let these guys be the one.
Let them be the sacrifice to this ghost or whatever that's in this house.
Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. I don't want to have to spam Z again.
Spammy.
Please. Much like the rest of this house, a great deal of effort has been put into restoring the room's classical appeal. The open hearth at the end of the room in particular looks amazing, like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhauling hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath
happens
this
to the
hatch
cleaning
here.
Not as far as I'm aware.
That just seems odd. How long were they in this house cleaning it? And nothing happened to them?
For a while. They didn't find the titchy little header, I don't think.
They didn't go into the attic?
Why do you think it wasn't cleaned?
I mean,
I
they could have.
think that's the only room in the house that they didn't touch.
They're like, shit, I'm out. I'm not doing that one.
It's like, nah, he's gonna use it.
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
Mr. in Gray.
Mr. Alcoholic.
This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Luke Wright, my memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of this tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in this place. By this time, something lights up at his eyes, the mention of the Undercroft. What's so interesting about a basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Me either. I really don't understand rich people.
Shit ton of wine bottles.
Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. On a grown man, it's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles
Wow.
of wine.
That's a lot of wine.
Did you see how wide the
Holy
house was?
shit. 7,000 to 11,000. Like, thousand.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room. It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one
Who
here.
stands
You
literally
know we're
like
going to need space
this
for that, darling.
with their hands underneath their chest.
And then this. We can't forget this.
It's like, I don't think you need to accentuate your assets anymore, ma'am. I mean,
I think we're good. I think we get it. And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest.
And I just
if
have
only a
noticed
little.
too, compared to her, he looks like sickly pale. Like
Yeah.
even his hair is like bleach
Yeah,
white.
super, super pale. I don't know, the skin tones look kind of the same, but the hair is especially, like, I
Or
can
no,
tell.
I think it might be the monitor of your computer, because even
It could be, I don't know. I smiled at myself. I may not clearly understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score! I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of our tour goes by without a hitch. In more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room in the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Did I skip another one?
you did.
Wow.
Funny, the first time BRC had to survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is.
Now I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale.
I mean, if it takes half an hour just to get across the first floor, or I'm sorry, ground floor.
Ground floor. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. That background music, though, starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision.
Well, I would say that one painting in the corner
Dark
by the door.
silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. Good. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If I can just...
Excuse me, everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we've prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
If I don't pass out.
I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I've probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. It's fine. I'm left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer, till a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello, you there? Yes, ma'am?
Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, look at you. Having to show
And of
a
course
group
she's
around a
twirling her
mansion
hair.
this big must be exhausting. Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job. What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right? It lays just Hana. Call
Why
me
does it keep
Hana.
doing that?
Isabella, actually.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see, but we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she has tasted a particularly sour lemon.
It's like, listen.
It's a very sour lemon.
Please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem.
Yeah, but we have to,
And
like,
just between you and me,
legally...
this place
right,
is better off with
you know.
us than with some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats.
Well, what's wrong with cats?
But when you think about how big it is, it's a shit ton of cats.
That would be a lot of cats, yes. Unless you had, like... Even if you had, like, one cat per room, that would still be a lot of cats.
Yeah.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, Ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? That's what I said!
She's a dog person.
More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person.
Of course she is! Of course she is!
But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon. And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us. Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork. We actually have a process for this, ma'am.
Why can't you just wait?
I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. Ow.
She's still holding on.
I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCall. I keep wanting to say, like, McCulloch, who only gives me an apologetic smile and a shrug.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time in taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry at me for letting her do that.
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes.
She says
You
Mary
took some notes earlier,
Ann,
yes?
but her name is like M-A-R-I, like Anne.
Yeah, well, she calls Isabella Isabel.
Yeah.
She
I
puts
did,
names.
Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel. Isabella. Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
It's Isabella.
Yes, that's
Literally
great.
just said that.
I'd be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too, and... What's this?
What's what?
What'd you
Oh.
think? The D-list horror prop.
That's good. A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs in reply.
That's, an interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though. I'm sorry.
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month.
Oh, it's Mom. Ma'am Hana? Not just Hana. It has to be Ma'am Hana.
You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled. But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
It's my turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. Are the papers I handed not enough? I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this
I mean,
up.
how can you not tell just
Right,
the color
I
of
was
the
about to say
paper?
that's obviously that paper. The way Ma'am Hannah's leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do
That's
interrupt
good to
her.
hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
A smile is back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying...
But then again, if you think about it,
You'll hear the rest of what she says after that.
only need 2 more people to look at that letter. 3 down, 2 to go.
Oh, it's just they just have to read it?
Send this to 5 people or else. It never says like how or
I mean, that's
who.
true.
So, just got 2 more people, fam.
That's true. That's true. I can only stare down at the paper at the letter in my hands. The sides crinkle in my grip and my breathing grows labored. Dread quickly fills my mind. But what constitutes as sending the letter? Just, you know,
It never
seeing it?
It never specified.
Isabella? Isabella? Are you alright?
Am I?
You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rose's group joined us in the parlor. Well, nothing more than to say that, no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place. Because I remember everything as clear as day. This letter and that woman in the attic. It's real.
The letter. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Careless. I've been so careless. How do I even tell them without looking like I've gone mad? I guess spam again. Spam save. Do I
save.
show her the letter?
I don't know. Do you want to save Rose or do you want to kill her?
Does just seeing the letter automatically mean you're gonna die?
I mean, don't know for sure.
Mm.
Because if that were the case, it would like, if it be immediately that you see it and you die. I mean, Isabella already lived. She survived a fall down the
Right,
stairs.
but I mean, it could be like after everyone has seen it, they could die. Like,
Well, how quick do you want to finish off that chain?
she dog.
With your coworker.
How does that work though? Or like maybe if you show it to 5 people, like nobody dies, right? Right? No. Okay. What's a thought? I don't know. I mean, this would be a. I'm assuming like if you don't show it to 5 people, you die.
But also,
if you show it to 5 people, all of them die.
yeah, but also
That's
think
what
about
I'm
the
thinking in my
situation
brain.
and the place that you're in currently. I mean, you're in between 2 groups of homelookers. Do you also kind of want to cause a scene because Hannah and them handled it well, thinking it was a joke? But if you show it to Rose and somebody else overhears it,
That's good. Do I?
because
freak-
she's already on the cusp of having another panic attack.
Rose is, or I am.
Isabella is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But like, but showing her would increase that.
Depending on how Rose,
Takes it.
yeah,
Right.
because you are in the middle of work technically right now, and if you start showing off a bloody letter that you're showing,
Right. Well, I didn't mean to show them. It was somehow in the paperwork. I'm gonna say don't show the letter. Because I feel like that's gonna cause problems. It's gonna increase my relationship.
With Marianne.
With Marianne?
Rose isn't on there.
Why would that increase my relationship with Marianne? She's not even here. The words are stuck in my throat. I want to tell her, I really do. But is she going to believe me? She already dismissed me earlier. It's a concussion, she said. It's not. There really is something in this house, in that attic, in that letter. It's going to go after us. Please believe
Dear
me.
me. Is Isabelle alright?
Ma'am Hannah's voice breaks through the haze, beginning to cloud my mind. Rose is looking down on me, worry etched on her features. I didn't even notice when she removed the wrinkled paper from my hands and pushed me to sit on a nearby chair. From the edges of my vision, I can also make out Miss McCullough asks a passing food server for a glass of water. Through it all, Mr. Wright stands on his sidelines. Although curious, he appears more inclined to watch the scene than help. They are always likely to believe me, as Rose does. To everyone, whatever's in this house is just a hoax. A cautionary tale for children.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I'm good. She offers me a drink, but I push it away. I need to get out of here before I cause an even bigger commotion, clear my head, take a breath of fresh air. Anything to take my mind off things. No one is going to believe me anyway.
No. I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me. I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather myself to make the quick exit. Doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait!
The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler. Eyes softer, a fond smile spreading on her lips.
Hey, I'm not angry.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day.
I mean, they already want to buy the house.
And, look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off before shifting her gaze down to her hands, a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hands stiffen when she gives it back, but I take it nevertheless, more as an automatic response than any desire to have it back. I'll throw it away if I can. Ooh, I don't know if you should do that. I don't know about that. But I have this nagging feeling that one way or another it'll find its way back to me, regardless of what I do about it.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I wonder if you did destroy it, what it would do.
I know you want us to get this sale so badly. And we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this.
Never had one quite like this one.
I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery.
I don't know if you want that.
Maybe one that's not haunted.
I think...
Yeah, one that's like this, but not
Here's
like
the thing,
this.
Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big. I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
What do you mean the way I am now? My mind
What?
stops.
Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. But after this, I really think you should take a break.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you, and let me handle this for now. You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not.
Well, then why'd you let
The
her
day's
handle
not
that
even
squirrel
over,
by
and I'm
herself?
already feeling the stress.
But the older ladies that are
Please.
quicker to pass out
Humor me
before she
just
does.
this once.
She clasps her hands together in front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand, to some extent. That doesn't mean I'll feel any less awful. Whether at myself at the unlucky turn the situation has taken, or for her, I don't really
I
know.
promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't. I don't want a repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
That means you're a noob. At the memory, both burst into helpless giggles, earning us strange looks from the guests milling about the door. Talking and laughing like this, it's easy to forget any mishaps that happened. Little things you learn to appreciate, I guess?
So, are we good?
I'm still not okay with it, but Rose has a point. Better for me to step out of this one for now.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
But is outside any better?
Please, just stay put. I insist.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
You clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here, alright? Don't even think of going anywhere.
That never works.
Let me finish what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Lexington myself to have that minor bump checked. At least wait for me to call someone who will fetch you, okay?
Okay, Mommy. Nah. She's gone before I can voice one word of complaint. Okay. We've been playing for a while.
No, there's just one little part I wanted you to get to that's freaking hilarious.
A little bit longer?
Yeah, just a
How?
little. It's
how
like
longer?
no, it's like right in this
Okay.
section.
Okay. With nothing else to do, I find myself drifting back to the foyer. A few visitors linger in the area, some merely enjoying the afternoon, sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows. Others can be seen admiring the priceless antiques decorating the room. They look very similar to these people, I'm noticing. Is that a thing?
Who, the Wrights?
Yeah, they look very similar.
Well, who do you think's gonna end up buying the house? The only other two character models that we've seen.
I mean, one group of elderlies gathering some ways across from me is occupied in a friendly banter about which one would cost more to buy. A little argument here and occasional laughter and teasing there. I smile to myself. The conversation reminds me of what I've been missing these past few months. Rose is probably right. I do need a break. Maybe this afternoon's hangout will help? Speaking of, I should call Ash. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Ash. Oh my god.
How can you forget about Ashhole?
It's a few hours early from what I've told him, but he did ask for a call once I'm done. Besides, I don't have a ride back. He offered, so I might as well take it. I'll bribe him into giving me one. Not that he'll ever accept the latter personal conviction. Honestly, if there's something I find admirable in him, despite his tendency to annoy the hell out of me, it's that. Well, whatever way works, a free ride is still a free ride. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know she'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. A couple of minutes and a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the call finally connects and...
Shit! What's up, Bob Ash from Deluxe City?
What?
I guess watch out, kid.
What?
Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude. Pretty fly for an Asian guy.
What?
What's up, Bob Ash from Deluxe City?
How loud is this thing even?
Can't beat me.
A sharp ringing fills the entire hall, disrupting the pleasant quiet that has settled. Soon enough, heads begin to turn in search of the source. My eyes start around a small crowd before zeroing out on crouched behind the same
For an Asian guy.
Think about the decoys moments ago. He is facing away from me. Oh my god, that's so distracting. Fumbling with something in his hands. But I don't need to see his face to know whose back it is. Oh, I'd recognize that dumb parka anywhere. Not bothering to end the call, I march towards it. I'm really not in the mood to deal with this.
Ashton Frey!
What happens next is something I'll surely regret for not having regret. Ah! Oh my god. He jumps, lets out an undignified yelp, followed by his phone slipping out from his grip. It bounces from one hand to the other in his poor attempt to catch it before ultimately falling flat on the floor with a resounding clack. I kind of feel sorry for the phone. And the floor.
Not him.
But it's not every day that you can catch someone like Ash off guard and get a reaction. Damn his stupid detective senses. I'll take every ounce of victory I can get, no matter how small. Ha! An awkward pause passes between his
House.
My British accent's coming through. A blink, a cough, he makes a face, and then in a too quick motion he ducks and retrieves his abused gadget while a grin threatens to break out from my lips. He doesn't meet my eyes when he straightens, but a flush has crept up his neck and cheeks. In another universe where we haven't known each other for 5 years and suffering through his teasing isn't a day-to-day occurrence, chances are I'd find that adorable. Endearing, even. Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of world. The way things are, I'm already content to see him out of his obnoxiously calm and collected disposition.
Hello to you too, scaredy cats. I could stand to be greeted like a normal person, you know.
What? And miss that look on your face? No way. Oh man, I should have taken a picture.
I am so honored you find this funny. Is that how you treat your guests? I think I need to talk to your supervisor.
Talk to yourself. You aren't even a guest here. What are you doing here in the first place?
Are they all gonna come to the mansion on the first day? Like,
No.
he looks like a cat that swallowed the canary. Suddenly checking every nook and cranny in his phone for any damages or scratches seems to be a more interesting activity than explaining himself.
Ash?
I could be looking to buy a house.
A mansion?
Yeah, why not? Did you see the view outside? It doesn't look haunted to me at all.
Ashton, I am not in the mood. What are you doing here?
He catches a glimpse at some point behind me. The parlor? Curious, I follow his gaze, but before I could figure out what has caught his attention, he places a hand on my shoulder and turns me back to face him.
I just finished working on something, so I dropped by.
I still don't see how his work has anything to do with why he's here. At my confused look, he drops the hand resting on my arm like he has touched something particularly hot and casually rubs the back of his
No,
neck.
I
And
got a crush.
I said I'll see if I can pick you up. Turns out I can. Free time and all. So here I am. Figured you'd still be busy, and so I roamed around for a while.
Oh, you should have mentioned that sooner. I was about to throw you out.
Throw me? Hey, I was given a pamphlet.
He was given a plan. Excuse me, but
We have mandatory sign-in sheets for clients, Ash. I didn't see your name on it. And you can't just roam around because it says open house. Normal people actually follow an etiquette
it's
here.
open.
Right, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and...
No, wait. I wasn't really going to throw you out. Rose said... Never mind. I was just about to leave anyway.
Wait, what? Now?
Something must have shown in my face because he pauses and gives me a long, hard stare. Sometimes I forget how easy reading people is for Ash, given how often looks as if everything around him is a chore. I avoid his eyes, hoping he'll drop the subject and won't ask any more questions. The last thing I want is to tell him what happened, especially the part about the letter. In fact, he's the last person on Earth I'll ever think about telling it to if I can help it. Sure, he's a dependable guy. God knows how many times he has helped me, even without me asking for it. But stuff like ghosts and the supernatural? He'll never believe those, even if he hears it from a friend. Except maybe if it's Becca. On a good day, the most harmless thing he'll do is give you an explanation why those things have no chance of ever being real. At worst, he's insufferable. He'll poke fun at you every single chance he'll get. Asshole. What did I ever do to him? He never does that to Becca or Zach. I can already imagine how things will go down the moment I spill a word of what I saw. Nope, over my dead body. It might be over her dead body. Before it catches his attention, I shove the letter deep into my bag.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Let's just go.
Doesn't look like a nothing to me.
We still have Zach's movie tonight, remember?
Hey, Isabella,
Shit,
wait up.
I did it
Yeah,
again.
quit doing that.
Sorry. So your shift will end in 5 or 6.
Now we can stop.
Okay.
Now we can
Now that I heard that ringtone, that's pretty good. Is that his voice actor singing that?
It is.
That's funny. Oh my
And
god.
he recorded it himself and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own ringtone.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, that's interesting. I had my first encounter and almost died. I don't know how close I was, but
Maybe.
I got out of it. Well, anyways, that's been a long stream, like for a hot minute.
Yeah, this
But
game is long.
it's apparently very, very long. So we'll see how this goes. This is part 1 out of who knows how many parts we're gonna have, but we're gonna play it until we finish.
Couldn't tell you.
So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next part. Bye.
Bye.